Soft sunlight filtered through the half-open curtain of Jungkook's room. The golden light gilded the floor, climbed the bedpost, and rested on Jungkook's sleepy face. But his bed was empty. The warm presence that had made his heart rest last night was not beside him. Jungkook blinked slowly, then straightened up his messy hair falling over his forehead. He rubbed his eyes and looked around. Jungkook whispered to himself, "Taehyung." A soft clicking sound came from the kitchen. Jungkook smiled and got up, still in his pajamas. He walked out and slowly found the sound of the spoon struggling inside a glass as he picked it from behind the wall. His heart escaped. There, standing in his oversized shirt, which was clearly Jungkook and soft pajama pants, Taehyung was hanging to his back, was turned sleep over his hand, busy cutting some fruits. Jungkook leaned against the wall and watched Taehyung look so comfortable in his home, so beautiful in the morning light. Jungkook softly to himself, "He is really mine now." Jungkook quietly walked closer. He couldn't stop himself. The warmth in his chest bubbled like sweat. As Taehyung placed the toast on the plate, he suddenly felt two strong arms around his waist. Taehyung stirred a cookie. Jungkook smiled, whispered near his ears, "Good morning, baby." Taehyung nervously, his cheek turned pink. "Taehyung, I was making breakfast for you." Jungkook rested his head on Taehyung's shoulders. "I know, but how can I even eat when you are looking this cute?" Taehyung teasingly, "You need to eat something other than my flesh." Jungkook chuckled and placed a smile on Taehyung's neck. Taehyung gasping, "Cookie, the stove." "Wait." Jungkook smiled just a little again, slowly on the soft skin of Taehyung. Taehyung frozen for a moment, then let out a soft sigh, leaning back into Jungkook. "Taehyung, you are not helping, you know." "I don't want to help. I want to you." "Taehyung, you are impossible." Jungkook whispering, "But you love me." Taehyung smiled, "Yeah, I do." They stood like that for a few seconds. Jungkook arm perfectly around Taehyung, his breast against his skin, the soft smell of toasted bread floated in the air. Taehyung, "Cookie, seriously, I have to finish breakfast." Jungkook pretending to pout. Taehyung had come to Jungkook's cheeks, holding him closer. Taehyung had gripped his waist, not waiting to let go. When they finally pulled away, their eyes were dizzy. Jungkook softly, "I lied." Taehyung smiled. "Huh?" Jungkook, "I said one, but I want another." Before Taehyung could respond, Jungkook leaned in again and the walls. Their danced slowly, their pulled closer. The kitchen was quite expect for the sound of their breathing and the ticking of the wall clock. Then a voice from behind, calm and unexpected. "Oh!" They frozen. Both of them turned their head sharply. Taehyung's mom, Min, stood by the kitchen door. She was hiding holding a grocery bag. Her eyes widened in surprise. Taehyung shocked. "Mom." Jungkook panicking. "Auntie Min, I mean, doesn't speak right away." She looked at them. Jungkook was still holding Taehyung's. Their lips were their eyes were guilty and yet she smiled softly. "So this is what my son was hiding." Taehyung stepped forward nervously, tried to explain. "Taehyung, Mom, I was going to tell you. I didn't mean for you to find out like this." Min calmly, "It's okay, Taehyung, really? I always had a feeling." Taehyung's mouth parted in surprise. Min smiling. The way you always ask to come here when I walk, the way you look at Jungkook without saying much. I am your mother, Taehyung. I notice things. Jungkook, I'm sorry, auntie. I should be more respectful. Don't apologize, Jungkook. You've always been a good boy, and if you truly care about my son, that's enough for me. Taehyung eyes were widened with tears. Taehyung, you are really not mad, Min shaking her head. No, sweetheart, I'm proud of being brave with your heart. Jungkook looked at Taehyung, relief washing over him like rain. Jungkook, thank you, auntie, Min smiling. Now, should I leave the kitchen again, or is breakfast ready? Taehyung wiped his tears, laughing softly. Taehyung, it's ready, mom. Good, I'm starving. She walked to the table and began unpacking the bag like nothing had happened. They had tension in the air turned into something soft and light. Jungkook looked at Taehyung. Jungkook whispering, she really didn't mad. Taehyung smiled. I told my mom it's cool. Jungkook leaned closer and whispered again. Jungkook, but next time I'm locking the kitchen door. Taehyung blushing, whispering, you better. Taehyung flicked Jungkook forehead, laughed. Taehyung, eat your breakfast, you naughty bunny. They both giggled, heart full and light. The air smelled like toast and egg, but them it smelled like love. It has been a week since Jungkook and Taehyung had confessed their failure for each other. Their bond had grown deeper, but it was still a secret, carefully kept from the world, especially from Jungkook's parents, who had just returned last night from a long business trip abroad. The air was warm with a smell of toast, butter, and spices. In the kitchen, Taehyung stood beside his mother Minji, who was preparing breakfast for the family. Minji thistens some fruit from the planter and then help me with the okay. Taehyung, yes, mom. Taehyung smiled gently, his hand moving quickly. He wanted everything to be perfect. His heart fluttered with nervousness. This was his first time serving food in front of Jungkook's parents. In the living room, Mr. Jian was reading the newspaper while Mrs. Jian, a woman known for her graceful extreme, inspected the house with quiet judgment. Jungkook sat on the couch and left phone under him, flipping through his phone but secretly watching the kitchen doorway. His eyes followed every move, the way he moved around the kitchen, the careful attention he gave to every detail. His boyfriend, but not in front of his parents. He wished he could walk over, hug Taehyung from behind his cheeks and say good morning like he had been doing all week, but today he just was. His heart full and lip slate. Mrs. Young walked into the dining room eyeing the neatly arranged breakfast table. Mrs. Young, where is the banana milk? Jungkook like one with his breakfast. Hearing this, Taehyung quickly reached for the tray and carefully placed the glass bottle of banana milk on it. His hand trembled slightly from nervousness. Taehyung quietly, I'll serve it, mom. Minji, be careful, okay? Taehyung nodded and walked towards the table, the tray balanced on his palms. His eyes met Jungkook briefly. Jungkook gave him a tiny smile, tried to reassure him. But just as Taehyung leaned forward to place the glass in front of Jungkook, his fingers slipped. The cold bottle of banana milk tipped over, cut into the hardwood table with a loud crack, and slipping across the floor, and the glass shattered. Everyone frozen. Taehyung eyes widened in horror. His heart dropped to his stomach. He immediately knelt down to pick up the piece, but before he could say a word, Mrs. Jan sharply, "What do you think you are doing?" Her voice was sharp like a blade. Taehyung flinched, his hand still covering over the broken glass. "Mrs. Jan, this is what happens when people without manners try to act like they belong." Mr. Jan looked up from his newspaper proudly. Mrs. Jan angrily, "Who had one simple jar of breakfast and you ruined Jungkook's favorite drinks?" Taehyung had trouble his throat and he stood up slowly, Kenal his head bowed. Taehyung softly, "I'm sorry, ma'am. It was a mistake." Jungkook's heart was burning in his chest. He stood up from his seat and walked towards Taehyung, his clenched. Jungkook firmly, "Mom, that's enough." Everyone turned to look at him. Mrs. Young disbelieved. "Excuse me?" Jungkook walked up beside Taehyung, placing a hand protectively on his arms. Jungkook, "It was just a mistake. Anyone could be a drop. The glass is not a big deal." Mrs. Yan coldly, "Not a big deal? This is our house and he is just..." She stopped at herself. Jungkook angry, "Just what?" Mrs. Yan stayed silent, glancing at Taehyung. Mrs. Yan calmly, "He is not just anything. He is a part of this house now. He is only helping his mother." Mrs. Yan looked stunned, her eyes narrowed, but she didn't reply. Mr. Yan finally spoke. "Mr. Yan, it's fine. Accident happened. Let's just eat." The atmosphere remained tense, but everyone returned to their seats. Taehyung didn't see the mumbled a sharp "excuse him" and quickly walked out of the room. Jungkook's heart cracked, seeing the tears welling in his eyes. He quickly followed Taehyung. He wiped his cheek with his sleeve, tried to breathe calmly, but it wasn't working. The door cracked open slowly. Jungkook voiced, "Hey, are you here?" Taehyung didn't answer, but his breath shook and Jungkook heard it. Jungkook stepped inside the room gently and saw Taehyung curl up on the floor, his heart clenched, painful at the sight. Without a word, he closed the door behind him and walked over. He came beside Taehyung and reached out slowly, brushing the hair away from his tear face. Jungkook softly, "Taehyung." Taehyung turned his face away. Taehyung sniffing, "I'm sorry, I messed everything up. Your mom hates me." Jungkook firmly, "No, she doesn't know you, that's why, and you didn't mess anything up." Taehyung shook his head. Taehyung, "She looked at me like I was dirt, like I didn't belong there." Jungkook sat down fully beside him, pulling Taehyung's hand into his. Jungkook, "You belong with me, okay? That's what matters." Taehyung, "Okay." Looked at him, eyes red. Taehyung, "But I didn't embarrass you in front of your parents." Jungkook sincerely, "You didn't. I was proud of you, proud that you helped your mom, proud that you tried your best. Accident happened, but your heart was in the right place." Taehyung looked down at their fingers. Taehyung, "Why are you so good at me, Jungkook?" Jungkook leaned closer. Jungkook smiled softly, "Because I love you. That's not going to change, no matter who say what." Taehyung lip trembled, but he gave a smile back. He rested his hand on Jungkook's shoulder. Taehyung whispering, "I love you too." They sat in the silence for a few moments, the air warm between them, heavy with uncertain sun. Jungkook gently want to sit on the bed. The floor's hard. Taehyung nodded slightly and Jungkook helped him up. They moved to bed and sat side by side, their hands still. Taehyung turned to face Jungkook. Taehyung, your mom doesn't know about us, right? Jungkook, no, I didn't want to tell them. Yet, I thought maybe when things were calm, when they understood. Taehyung softly, do you think they'll ever accept me? Jungkook cupped Taehyung's cheek. Jungkook, they all have to because I am not going anywhere and neither are you. Taehyung leaned into his touch. Eyes glassy with tears again. Jungkook, you know what hurt me the most? Taehyung looked up. Jungkook, seeing you cry, seeing you flinch when someone scolded you for no reason. I wish I could protect you from everything. Taehyung smiled slightly. Taehyung, you already protect me just being here. Jungkook leaned forward and placed a small, gentle kiss on Taehyung's forehead. Jungkook, you didn't ruin anything, okay? You made my morning better just by being here. Taehyung laughed softly. His tears, Taehyung, even with banana milk, are over the table. Jungkook teasing, especially because of that. Now I got an excuse to taste you. Forever, they both laughed. Taehyung leaned back slightly, his eyes still with Jungkook. They laughed with something softer, something deeper. Their faces were only inches apart now. Taehyung quickly cookie. Jungkook softly, yeah. Thank you for everything. Jungkook in brushing his nose gently against Taehyung's. Jungkook whispered always. Their lips met in a soft. There was no rush, just the quiet closeness of two hearts that had found safely in each other. Taehyung pulled away first, blinked softly. Taehyung, blushing, you should go before your mom wonder where you went. Jungkook grinned, let her wonder. Taehyung giggled and got up from the bed. He wiped his face with the tissue and looked in the mirror. Taehyung, do I look like I cried? Jungkook coming behind him. You look even more beautiful. Taehyung elbowed him playfully. Taehyung stopped fluttering Jungkook, but I am your boyfriend. They both smiled louder than before. Jungkook returned around quietly taking his seat. Mr. Jan gave him a silent, slight glance. Mr. Jan, everything alright? Jungkook calmly, yes. No one mentioned the banana milk again. The rest of the breakfast was quiet, but Jungkook's heart was no longer heavy because he knew no matter how hard things become, as long as he had Taehyung, he could face them all, and Taehyung know the same. Time escaped. Jungkook sat on the edge of his bed, his finger playing with the silver chain around his neck, the same chain Taehyung had given him a few days ago. His heart longed to see Taehyung, told him to close again. He knew it was risky. His parents were back from the long business trip, and especially his mom had acting strange, literally cold, distant, suspicious, but Jungkook didn't care. His love for Taehyung was too strong. He slowly stood up, carefully not to make any sound. He off his door and opened it quietly. Jungkook stepped right into her one bed, his arms tightly around Taehyung's waist. Taehyung, you are impossible. Jungkook whispered into his neck, and you love it. They softly jumped. Taehyung, I do. Jungkook pulled away just enough to look into Taehyung's warm eyes. Their faces were closed, lip mixing. Jungkook, can I you? Taehyung didn't answer with words. He leaned in and pressed his lips softly against Jungkook. It was gentle and slow, filled with affection. Jungkook slightly pulling Taehyung closer. They stood still for them, but outside the small room, footsteps approached. And then someone guessed Mrs. Yan had come downstairs, having forgotten her tablet in the living room. She was walking past in servant quarter when she saw the light under the window. Curious, she picked thought the small open sailed only to frozen in complete shock. Her son, her Jungkook, the maid son, her eyes widened and a loud shout escaped her mouth before she could stop herself. Mrs. Jungkook, the boy jumped apart instantly. Jungkook turned around, panicked. Jungkook think Taehyung stepped back, fear in his wide eyes. Jungkook moved. Mrs. Yang stepped into the room. Her expression, Mrs. Yang, what are you doing here in this room with him? Jungkook tried to speak, but his mother raised her hand and stopped him. Mrs. Yang, how could you, Jungkook? Taehyung is your maid son. How dare you touch him like that? Jungkook calmly, Mom, please calm down. Mrs. Yang, calm down. You are the kissing servant boy under our roof. Taehyung lowered his head, his hand fist hard trembling.